So look who I have before me, two beautiful people who have spent 4 days in the land of many waters. And they are going to just spill the tea on the good, the bad, and the ugly of this trip. So first and foremost, just tell us who you are, and then you will tell us about the good. What is it about Guyana that you like? That's my first question.
I am Carol Holding Smith. This is my husband,
Jerry Smith.
and we came to Guyana anniversaries today, so we thought we would do a double whammy.
Oh my gosh, happy anniversary!
Thank you.
What? How come this? Did you say it to me? Did we know?
I did, but you were so busy taking care of me. I don't know. You probably
Oh my
forget.
gosh!
And
Happy
remember-
anniversary!
Thank you. And remember, we
Wow.
came from the wedding yesterday, and then
Okay,
everybody was
yes.
tired today, so I get it. I'm fine.
Wow.
My first positive impression of Guyana, um, honestly, were the styles of the houses
Okay.
coming in, the build. No, let me take that back.
Yes.
When I got to the airport, how pleasant the people were. Nobody was bossing me around. The office, everybody tried to help. The immigration officer, everything, and they were so mild mannered and
Yes.
kind. I liked that. It didn't take me 100 years to get through custom nor immigration. It was such a really quick process. And even when I got to the door, you know how you have those men who want to take your bag and harass you? I didn't have any of that harassment. It was two people said, "Do you need a taxi?" We said no, and they just left us alone. And I found that really impressive. You know, because I've been to other islands and it's like they're just bothering me, and I don't like it. So that was my first thing. I'll tell you my second after he tells you his first.
Well, my first thing was I was very well impressed because when we came,
Can you speak up a little? We're competing with the noise of the motorbike and all the other noises. So please kindly speak up a little bit.
yes, I felt welcome when I arrived here, and the people here, I
Ooh, here we go. They're saying rev it up. She's gonna edit it.
Forgive the noise, guys.
they were very hospitable, and when we came to immigration and customs, nobody came. They only asked us kindly if we needed a taxi, and they said, okay, thank you. When we said no, we said that nobody tried to force us. And actually, when we arrived here, I was pleasantly surprised. When I look at the place that they're now staying, I would recommend anyone to come here.
Aww.
So, back to my wife.
No,
Yes.
that was quick. And then driving in, I was asking my driver so many questions. He's my son. I call him my
Yes.
son. And he was just answering things about the history, the road, that sort of thing. But I had to ask about the style of the house. They seemed as if they were on stilts.
Yes.
Some of the houses, and some weren't. So he explained to me that Guyana is a land of water, and so that's what caused people to build like that. Um, when I got here as well, I was pleasantly surprised. This place is beautiful
Aw,
from
thank
top
you.
to bottom. And not just that, the host, Miss Dion, and her husband, Michael, these people made me feel like I was at home.
Aww.
So I just want to say that that's what I saw. And there's another thing I saw too. I was in the market. We visited the market today, Miss Dion. And when I was in the market, um, I bumped into a man that was just getting his business done, and I bumped into him, and I thought he was gonna be aggressive because where I'm from, you don't bump into anybody like that. They go, "Well, woman, what you do?" But he was sorry. I said, "I'm sorry," and he said, "No, I'm sorry." And I didn't expect that caliber of kindness. I bumped into a second person, and he said the same thing. And so I just feel like the people are kind. Even when we go to the shops and we walk in the community, people are friendly. People are just trying to exchange. I just thought it was, for the most part, I think I probably have one or two little hiccups, and it's life.
Exactly.
So the pleasantness for me, the kindness of the people, oh, the lusciousness of the place. Jesus, this place is green and flowery and beautiful all around. It would be illegal if I smuggled in the plant, so that's why I left them. Okay.
All right, guys. So you heard that? That's all the good about our country. But every single place that you go to, there's always two sides. So what is it now? That's the good. Let's deal with the bad and the ugly. What is it about Guyana that you did not like?
um, I don't like, even though I know it's a system that helps to pull the water from the land, and I was able to get information of how that works. Every time I see like this whole lot of water and it looks dirty and all of that, I'm concerned about mosquitoes, that sort of thing. I was bitten so many times. But I'm from Jamaica and I've bitten many times by mosquitoes, so that wasn't the deal. It's just all the water, and it just made me feel like, what if there was a flood? What would happen? So that was one of
Okay.
my concerns.
Yes.
Um, I was, and I know this is not bad. I was explained how the drainage system worked. Miss Dion explained that to me, and I was highly impressed of how it's structured, where the water is just removed from the land and how that works. So I can't give you details, but I looked at it and knew. The other thing was, I felt like, I don't know if it's racism or classism, but I noticed that I had a rude exchange. People were rude in my estimation. I went to a wedding, and people of Indian, they look Indian to me. They came, they sat at the table, they did not speak. They acted territorial. They stood over us like, hey, it's time to leave. So we were going to leave anyways. Some of us got up, and before we could even get up, they were in our seats and arms crossed and face like this. I thought that was very rude. My skin is dark, but you don't know where I'm from. So I think you treat people well no matter where you are. And we took a bus also from
Read and
town
hope.
today.
Yes.
I don't know where I went. All I know, we took the ferry. We had the boat ride.
You went to the capital city, Georgetown,
Yes.
and then
yes,
when you were coming back at the port of Reed and Hoop,
yes,
you took a bus to come back to the west coast of Demerara.
yes, and when we entered, this is something I would really want to be heard. So I'm glad you asked me. We The young man whose transportation we went into, I felt that he was very gruff. He was also of Indian descent, it looked like to me. He was very gruff, he was unkind. When we asked him, when we went into the bus, our chaperone, our friend, was just joking with him and said to him, okay, so I'm gonna man your door for you. And said, we don't want nobody do that, we don't want nobody do that, nobody with that. First, even before that, when he said, we said, how much is it for you? He said, 200. And somebody said, we can do 160. Man said, all right, no galang. In other words, galang in the bus. Okay, we did. But when we were getting off the bus, we started paying him. We're all individuals. We're together, but we're individuals. My husband and I try to pay him. My nieces, we try to pay him, and he just shoved the money back at us and said, nobody come back in the bus, nobody come back in the bus, and not take you again. And I was concerned as to what in the world is that. He said, don't take it again. Little did he know that that's crazy, because he won't see me again for the rest of the week, I guess, because I'm leaving today. But I felt like that was very rude. He doesn't know who we were. And so I think treating people kindly all the time is good. We actually live in America. And we came here just to visit, but I don't think he knew that. So that was my bad. Sorry.
Yes. Yes. And you, sir?
Well, that was a part of the bad for me too, because I was the one who actually took out the money to pay him, and he charged. He was supposed to get like in terms of 320, 320 Guyanese dollars, and I had 1,000. I gave him 1,020, and I expected him to give me back like $700. And when what's her name again, Nicole, which was my a niece, tried to pay him, he got hungry and just like and said, "Oh, take back the money." And I was kind of a little bit. I wasn't frightened or anything like that, but I was disappointed. 'Cause I didn't expect that.
Yes. All right. And now the big question remains, after this experience and after you've put everything into perspective, will you visit Guyana again?
Yes, if I want, I will really come back here. And honestly, um, I really remember the driver, and I honestly would not take his bus anymore. Neither would I recommend anybody who visit here to take his bus.
Excellent. And you know, that's what we have to do. When we receive service that is below par, we must let people know that it is service is a reciprocal something. I am doing something for you monetarily, and you're offering me a service. And if the service is not up to par, one, I'm not going to take it, and two, I'm not going to recommend you. And if we keep doing this, that's how we raise the bar.
Okay.
Exactly, yes. Will you come again?
I will. I want to be able to see just the lusciousness of the best rain is in Guyana. I didn't tell anybody. I love
So we're
rain.
going back to
Rain.
the-
It was
going back
so
to-
pleasant.
going back to-
So yes, I would come again, specifically for the kindness of most of the people. My plan though is to make sure I have my own, probably a rental car, taxi driver where I can move myself around. I do not want to experience a situation like that again. And if I know his face, I probably can't be able to say anything, but I wouldn't recommend anybody taking that bus.
Excellent.
Again.
Excellent. And that is how we do it, guys. That is how we do it. Yes.
Yes,
Thank you guys so much for sharing.
You're welcome.